Hey guys, what's up? So good evening to everyone. Hope every one of you are doing great. So today I'm back with a very interesting topic, okay? So what are we discussing about? It's aggression, okay? So it's actually a negative form of anger. We all know anger is a very basic and a universal emotion, but aggression is something different. Let me first start with definition of aggression, okay? And I'll tell you why we are discussing aggression, because aggression has become a serious concern in today's society, and we will be definitely dealing like what's the reason, why is it happening, what are the causes, what is the impact, as well as what are the possible solutions, because psychology has its solution, because psychology is the cause and psychology has its solution. So we were talking about aggression, any behavior that is intended to cause harm, or whatever you say, something that's hostile. Aggression can be physical, it could be direct or indirect. Physical in terms of violence, abuse. uh, in terms of indirect, we will say it's like insult, abusing someone verbally. These are some form of aggression. And why is it important in society to discuss aggression? Because we on a daily basis, we hear news, okay? There has been murders, there have been conflict, there has been what is that, there has been community clashes, there has been conspiracies. All of these are somehow, the underlying factor is aggression, and the inability of that individual or the community to react to the aggression or channelize the anger into something productive, okay? So there's a lot of root cause, okay? It may be interpersonal, it may be societal pressure, it may be individual problems, it may be community upbringing, okay, and a lot of other factors we will be discussing. And psychology has something different to say, and we have a lot of things to offer, okay? So why is it important to discuss aggression? I've told you, because there has been a lot of hostility, there has been a lot of problem of conflict that had arise, and that has made our society like a hostile environment where there's constant threat everyone is facing, okay? And that is somehow indirectly leading every one of us in the state of aggression. So you have personally seen yourself, you have been in a traffic jam and someone abused verbally because he could not control his aggression, and as a result you also tend to react the same way with some or the other kind of aggression. So that is why it's important to discuss aggression, because the overall impact is huge. And if we are able to manage somehow the aggression, definitely we're going to create a better society, a peaceful society. And there are a lot of ways that people can use to channelize. First of all, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go after what are the possible causes, okay? There are biopsychosocial causes that are attributed to aggression, but we will be first discussing about genes, the genetic factor, the biological factors. So genes are said to be one of the important things, okay? Sometimes what happens, that your parents are prone to, or you are vulnerable to aggression because your parents or your grandparents have the tendency of aggression. At the same time, some of the genes that are related to serotonin receptors are also responsible for this aggression or aggressive type of behavior. The same goes for brain structure. Sometimes what happens, due to chemical imbalance or due to mishap in certain part of the brain like amygdala and prefrontal cortex, the management of emotion becomes difficult. So that might be the other reason, okay? The third one, definitely genetics has different thing within itself. Genetic, the brain structure, I would say there are neurotransmitters that are responsible. We have heard of dopamine and serotonin, okay? These also come under neurotransmitter, okay? The ability to get pleasure by behaving in an aggressive way is also a root cause, because that releases dopamine. And this is also said that sometimes low level of serotonin can lead to aggressive behavior. So that was the genetic factor, my friend. The second, and I personally believe is the most important thing, is the environmental and social factor around you, the culture around you, the way you were brought up in your family, in your neighbor, in your community has to do a lot, okay? I'll not be commenting particularly on one community, but environmental factor matters a lot. Whether it's your parents, whether it's your peer, whether it's your teacher, whether it's your friends, your neighbor, everyone has somehow or the other contributing to this factor. The more peaceful, the more calm way of showing aggression, the better they say. And but the opposite might also happen. The some community may preach aggression as a way of preserving their identity, so they they choose aggression over other things. So that was the environmental factor. A very important factor that is not to be ignored, that is psychological factor. Okay, there has been a lot of psychological theories. There's one of the very important thing is frustration and aggression theory. They say frustration is has occasionally, and frustration usually lead to aggressive behavior. So what actually frustration lead is, frustration is when we fail to achieve our desired goal, and it somehow lead to frustration, and frustration lead to aggression, and that's a common thing. The second psychological theory is Bandura's social learning theory, that the children, the individual learn from his society, learn from his parents, and he behaves in certain way. He sees aggression as an acceptable behavior. You can go and watch out a famous experiment, Bobo doll experiment by socialist and psychologist Albert Bandura. So these were some factors, some underlying factors. How do we learn aggression? How the society accept aggression? Why we behave in certain manner? How are we managing our anger? These are the factors, or that are the root cause. So now let's come to how can we channelize. The first and foremost thing you can do is like direct your aggression towards something productive. Okay, it may be anything. Directing your aggression towards your workout. You can shift and you can start doing workout. You can start dancing out. Okay, take up new hobbies. Take up any sport that's really helpful, that will channelize your aggression into something productive. The second thing you can do is you can change your environment out there. You can just walk away from the situation. You can walk in nature and just calm down your nervous system. Sometimes you can just take a pause. Be mindful. What is the trigger that is letting out that aggression? Okay, when you become mindful, you get a clarity that this is a trigger and I should be reframing from such trigger. So that was the important thing. At the same time, education system must be such, that's the important thing, and the government, the people, all of us should be focusing on these things, like teaching emotional regulations in school at a very early age is a very important thing, because when you teach a student to vent out, to let the aggression in a more productive manner, and try to react to a situation in a more calmful and mindful manner, we are making them control their emotion, and that will really be helpful for them, not just during the school time but in the later futures too. So promote the education and emotional regulation. Okay, venting out and communicating is one of the important factors that I really suggest, because you cannot be suppressing your emotions all the time, whether it's aggression or whatever it is. So communicating with people, okay, at least tell them what you're feeling like. And there are other outlets too, whether it's punching a bag, punching a pillow, okay, talking to a therapist. There are a lot of things you can do. And coming to therapists, there are a lot of anger management, aggression management courses available that are free, that are paid. You can use them out there, because aggression will lead to a faulty behavior, and in return the consequences may be very not pleasant. I would say the consequences will not be that good for you and that for the society. So in order to create a better, peaceful, secure society where we all live in a sane world and there's less and less aggression and more peace, we need to work on our aggression, and not just our aggression. If you see people out there in your environment and you're known one and they are facing problem with aggression, then definitely go and ask them where they require help. Tell them about these things, that it can be managed, because it can destroy their life in a negative sense. Especially these days, children are being more aggressive because social media and other media outlets are constantly pouring information, hostile environment, and a threat has been created, and they react aggressively. You don't have to react aggressively. You can learn these things to manage and control your emotions like aggression, and there's other outlets too. So start focusing on yourself. Definitely you will not tell other to change, because they will never change. You start from yourself. Charity begins at home. So why not start it from yourself? So this was the major point, and this was a small effort to make you understand the psychology behind aggression and how it can be controlled with time. Because why is it important? Why are we discussing it? Because early identification can prevent you from later disastrous consequences. So it's better to prevent it early and be a more calm person, be a happy person. So that was it, my friends. Thank you very much. It was a pleasant weather. Thank you all of you. Bye bye.